These are my latest updates to Platform Masters. This is actually not a real screenshot. It looks like it, but it's not. So why isn't it not a real screenshot? Well, it's what I call a simulation screenshot. A simulation screenshot is a faked screenshot used to get the sense on how things are arranged and other things like that, such as this on-screen data on the character here. That way I can get a feel for how the game will look and various other kinds of things. But that's basically what the point of this video is, to explain what some of these things are. Most of it should be pretty much self-explanatory. Lives. See this thing here? Grab that, this goes up. Fall down here, this goes down. This runs to 0, this goes down. This hits 0, this goes down. Getting the idea yet? Yeah, you can also drown too. But this world doesn't really have much in the way of water. It's the next world after it that has a lot of water. The ocean world. That's world 7. But anyway, time. Well, you probably should be familiar with that by now, since I've explained it a few times. But basically, if you're doing the supersized levels and you're doing difficulty 0 and the very biggest, this can get to like 1400. So yeah, you really get a lot of time for those kinds of levels. But for the most part, this is about what you'd actually have for difficulty 6. So you start here, which I'm thinking of making a start platform instead, similar to the goal, except it says start on it. But anyway, notice how it goes 3 decimal places? Well, that's because movement is millisecond precise. Well, at least it's 1/960th of a second. That's really close to a millisecond. What's a millisecond? That's 1,000th of a second. That's fine, really fine. Of course, the drawing isn't done per millisecond, it's done per frame. It's the movement that's different. It's to enhance collision, because I saw a problem, because if you're falling at like 500 miles an hour, you can actually fall through this right here. So the fix is to go with a bunch of extra moves. Plus, since also this, the score, which is just basically your total score, for every millisecond left on here, you get 5 points in your time bonus, times the multiplier from your difficulty. So at difficulty 6, it becomes 500 points for every millisecond. So it really adds up. And anyway, speed, that should be self-explanatory. It's little streaks that speed's making, it's italicized, to kind of give a sense that it's in motion. But 3.42 mile an hour, it's either 2 or 1 decimal places, I haven't really decided on that one yet. And you can choose between 4 units of measure. Mile an hour and feet per second for the US system, but there's also meters per second and kilometers per hour for the metric system. You can choose whatever you feel like using. I'm kind of questioning on whether I put coordinate units per second, but that unit really doesn't have much use, except in the debugging. This is your current level. The forest world is world 6, that should be obvious. There's 15 worlds, so you'll see 15 at the biggest end. This number is the current level within that world. 1 through 10 are required. 11 is the boss level. 12 through 18 are the jumbo levels, and 19 through 21 are the supersized levels. HP, that's your health. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Normally you start with 20, but under certain conditions you can increase the maximum. Of course, you got some missing, so I can demonstrate how this bar works, so you can get a sense on that. But anyway, this is the character actual size too. Yes, it's scaling of 1, so when you work out the math, it comes out to that size. But I got another one. And in case you're wondering, this is what that exact same screenshot looks like without all that. This is what I based off of. So yes, I've made all these icons here. I'm just trying to think of some icons. This one here I'm really questioning on for the icon. This one I'm thinking of a heart, but I don't want to use those other ones, but questioning on that. But anyway, this is the other one. These are pretty much self-explanatory, although you might notice some difference here. This is 32 instead of 31. Time is down because, well, on the goal platform. That's how you complete levels, right? But these are the various bonuses. Time bonus. Well, what's this times 1,000 for millisecond conversion times 5? Well, so that's what you get. Item bonus. Remember those rubies and sapphires, gold bullion? That all adds up into here. Enemy bonus. Defeat enemies, you get points here. Level bonus. Simply complete levels and you get something here. Extra bonus. Well, you'll have to figure out what that one is for. Subtotal. That's what all this adds up to. Multiplier. That's what your difficulty is. This is for difficulty 6. So this times 100 gives you this. See where the difficulty really adds up? Especially with this thrown in. That's 1.3 million it becomes because of it. It's about a third of this, slightly less. Score, well, this is just this value here. Also changed. None of this here is really changed except speed, but then again you're stopped on the goal. But that's basically all there is to the simulations. But this is what I'm intending on for the resulting design. And yes, I know, lots of page faults again. This program is so notorious for that. But anyway, this video and this game were created by Ulillillia. Thank you for watching.